Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards that do come out in this reading. So first card we have is the Knight of Swords. We have a Page of Wands. So it has some air sign energy with this Knight of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or even an Aquarius. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So this Queen of Swords show up here at the bottom of the deck. With this card, this does feel like an energy of dealing with a situation where there's a sense of actually handling things with a level-headed approach, and also kind of being in a space of pushing down any emotions in order to be able to actually look at things very logically with someone. You could be dealing with somebody like this, but this does feel like a sense of being in a very clear-minded space and even a frame of mind when it comes to how you're handling things with somebody. Do you feel like with the Queen of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like a very intelligent energy. So this does feel like a sense of actually taking the most logical approach to a situation. With the Knight of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of dealing with someone who's quite confident. Do you feel like this person that you may be dealing with within a connection or somebody who's coming towards you is someone who's quite confident? And I also feel there's something about them that could also be quite assertive. It could make them come across quite bold when it comes to the way they're approaching you. But with this Knight of Swords showing up over here, it feels like a quick energy. It feels like wanting to be able to have something be able to progress quickly within this connection with you. I also feel like there's a sense of this person being in a space where they are quite determined to be able to get something across to you because they are in a space where they know what they want. And I do feel like when it comes to their feelings about you, this does feel like a sense of being quite certain and being in a space of feeling quite certain about their feelings for you. So this Page of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being ready to be able to embrace a new chapter. I do feel like with this Page of Wands, this even feels like an energy of being ready to be able to have a new chapter begin, and even being in a space where it's like you are yearning for the new starts or a new fresh energy within a connection. But I do feel like with the Page of Wands, it does feel like there's a new sense of being able to experience that sense of fresh energy within a connection. It also feels like when it comes to who you're dealing with, this could also be them being somebody who's kind of like a breath of fresh air. Somebody's offering you something that feels like it's actually energizing you. And I do feel like with the Page of Wands, this feels like an exciting energy, especially when it comes to where things are headed and where things are leading to. And I do feel like with the Page of Wands, this also feels like an energy of having a lot of desire. So when it comes to a person you're dealing with or in connection with, this does feel like an energy of having that passion in this connection as far as the way this person is making you feel about them. With the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to persevere. I do feel like there could actually be a situation where there's a sense of being in a space where you're pushing through when it comes to making something work with someone as well. Do you feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this feels like this is confirmation not to give up on something? Do you feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of being able to have any of your doubts of whether something is worth the efforts, worth the investment, and being able to see why it is? Do you feel like sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can be a bit of a delayed energy, but it does feel like a sense of being able to build something that is going to be worth it in the long term? With the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of having a lot of care. I do feel like this also feels like a sense of somebody who you are in connection with. This person cares even more than perhaps they let on. But I do feel like there's a sense of them not giving up and being in a space where they're kind of trying to push for things to move forward. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We've got the Wheel. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the High Priestess in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Swords. So this Ace of Swords, this does feel like a breakthrough in communication. I do feel like a conversation also on the horizon when it comes to being able to have a very clarifying kind of communication that feels like it's bringing clarity to the situation. I also feel that there's a sense of being able to experience a sense of a breakthrough in the sense of being able to actually have conversations that are leading to new opportunities within this connection and being able to have discussions that are going somewhere. I do feel like with this Ace of Swords, this feels like communication on the horizon. So being able to actually hear from someone, somebody reaching out. And I do feel like with the Queen of Swords, this does feel like an energy of someone who's quite decisive, level-headed. I feel like they're also offering you clarity. I do feel like with this Ace of Swords, you are able to connect with this person from a space where it's like intellectually you have a connection. I do feel like with the Wheel card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of experiencing a sense of actually feeling a lot of emotions in this connection. I do feel like when it comes to how this person you are dealing with feels about you, this does feel like a sense of them being in a space where they're able to feel all of their emotions. I do feel like with the Wheel, this does feel like a sense of being able to experience a lot of contrasting emotions, highs and lows within this connection. But with the Wheel, this does feel like a sense of being in a space where it's worth it when it comes to that almost roller coaster type of ride, because this person is very much, I do feel like they're very much into you, or they're into this connection. This does feel like a sense of them even feeling very lucky to know you or to be able to be in this connection with you. With the Wheel card up over here, this does also feel like divine timing. So I do feel like there is a sense of somebody wanting to be able to say something, wanting to be able to actually shine some clarity on some area of this relationship and wanting to be able to do it so at the right time. So I do feel like there is a sense of waiting for the right time and that being something that this person wants to act upon. I do feel like there's a sense of this person wanting to be able to make a move now. I do feel like with the Page of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being quite interested. I do feel like there is a sense of being in a space where there could be some seeking of answers or wanting to be able to hear from someone or wanting to be able to have more clarity and kind of seeking out answers. Do you feel like with the Page of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of trying to find out more about a person and being quite curious within this connection. Feels like there's some unanswered questions or even just wanting to be able to gain more clarity. And with the Page of Swords showing up over here, it feels like a definitely interested energy when it comes to this connection. I feel that when it comes to the way this person's making you feel, it's something that's really also making you feel this desire to be able to know a person more or on a deeper level, or be able to actually have more of that curiosity kind of quenched in this connection with this person. I do feel like with the Page of Swords, this also feels like an energy of trying to find out a lot more about a person. So this could also be a sense of trying to do research and being able to do research upon a person in order to be able to get to understand them and get to understand where they're coming from or what they may be looking for or just what they're about with this Page of Swords. But it does feel like an energy of being very interested. I do feel like with the High Priestess in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being able to actually offer up information. I do feel like also a sense of having a lot more clarity because somebody is being more open and is in a space where they are kind of offering up information. I do feel like with this High Priestess in the reverse, this does feel like a sense of also kind of being in a space where somebody is sharing more that they may have kept in before. I do feel like this may have been in a sense of wanting to kind of self-protect or wanting to be able to move at a certain with strategy. But with this card in the reverse, this does feel like a sense of someone being in a space where I do feel like they're letting it all out. So this does feel like an energy of being able to hear from someone, hearing information from somebody. I do feel like it's quite illuminating. I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Wedding card. We have Keep an Open Mind. And we have the Soulmate card. So this wedding card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a connection moving from one level to the next. Do feel like there is a lot of progress in big ways. I also feel that with the wheel card showing up over here, this feels like being able to experience the right time for being able to make a leap in this connection, especially as far as the commitment goes and being able to have something be able to be more so official. And I do feel like with the wedding card that this could also be a sense of being able to actually solidify commitment in that way. I do feel like with the keep an open mind card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually deal with someone who, I do feel like this person may defy your expectations. They may be different from your usual type, but I do feel like there could actually be a strong soulmate connection with this person in somebody who is unexpected. This does feel like a sense of being able to actually find this hidden gem in a person who you may have not considered before. I do feel like with the soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have any of your doubts be something that is going to be be confirmed. I do, as far as being able to have clarity on any of your doubts. Because with the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space of also doubting whether something is going to be worth it in the end, whether it's going to be worth the investment, worth the efforts. But with this Seven of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of being given the go-ahead as far as being able to not give up on something and to continue pushing. Do you feel like you're closer than you think? And with the soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also being in connection with somebody where it is going to lead to something quite great. So do you feel like this person is also someone quite serious about you? I feel like this person couldn't hide anything from you even if they wanted to. I do feel like this person is someone who you can trust. I do feel like with the High Priestess in the reverse, this feels like an energy of this person being somebody who's going to be transparent with you. I do feel like with the soulmate card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of a connection that feels like it is between two people who are almost kind of made for each other. It feels like your other half, your person. I do feel like with the soulmate card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of the person you are dealing with also kind of recognizing that within this connection with you. This person thinks about forever. They think about the future with you. Is what I am getting with the wheel and with the wedding card. Do you feel like when it comes to your connection, they feel very fortunate and lucky to have found you and to be in this connection. I do feel like when it comes to being able to communicate, there may be some issues when it comes to communication. This may be something that you are kind of working through. I do feel like being able to experience a breakthrough in your communication is also possible. And I do feel like with the Ace of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having the opportunity to be able to work through any kind of communication issues. I do feel like this is a strong connection with the soulmates and the wedding card showing up over here. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.